Stop monkeying around today on Fortitude Through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. Before we get started, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you have self-respect? Do you respect yourself? That's the question. So put that in the back of your head. Do you respect yourself? Okay. Now, the quote, Marcus Aurelius. Enough of this miserable, whining life. Stop monkeying around. Why are you so troubled? What's new here? What's so confounding? The one responsible? Take a good look. Or just the matter itself? Then look at that. There's nothing else to look at. And as far as the gods go, by now you could try being more straightforward and kind. It's the same whether you've examined these things for 100 years or only 3. There's a lot in this one. What is he really saying here, right? So I'm going to break this apart, and then, of course, I'm going to give my spin, my perspective, and my struggles. So a couple quotes here. Character. Joan Didion wrote in one of her best essays, the willingness to accept responsibility for one's own life. It is the source from which self-respect springs. So Joan is saying that by accepting the responsibility for your life. So what does responsibility for your life look like? It means you're not blaming others. You're not blaming the economy. You're not blaming genetics. You're not blaming time. There's no excuses, right? That's what that looks like. And it's true, because there was a point in my life that the way that I talk to myself, my Lanta, I would curse myself, belittle myself, degrade myself in my head. I had no self-respect. None. I allowed negative influences into my head. I allowed it to erode the type of person I was until I wasn't even the person I even knew or recognized. And I've told this story. I was laying on my deathbed, almost dying from detoxing. I realized that the world can take everything from you. And this is true. The world can. The world can find a way to take everything from you. Either by fate, by chance, other people, bad decisions. But what the world can never take from you is your character. If you act with integrity and you speak with integrity, the truth is the truth. No one can take that from you. But what it does is it shows who you truly are, that no matter how hard the truth is, you're willing to speak it. And this is my truth. You guys hear me, I spill it all in here, right? Everyone knows the story, been listening to this, right? Bankruptcies, foreclosures, arrests, I mean, you name it, done it all. Checked all the boxes. Got the full experience. Zero regrets. Zero regrets. But everything changed for me once I said, yep, this fucking mess, I made it. It's all me. No one else. No one else made this mess. So what did that do for me? One, it was the truth. The truth feels really good. It feels like this big weight is being lifted off you. All these burdens are being lifted because no matter what anybody says, it's out there. It's done. No one has anything over your head. Feels good. Honor. For me, honor is doing the right thing for the right reason, whether everyone is looking or no one is looking. That's honor for me. I'm open on Facebook. I share my wins. I share my losses. This many of them. Just the tip, as we call it. I do it to inspire. I do it to show what's possible. I don't do it to flex. I don't do it to brag. Because if I would really talk about this shit. And I don't do that. The big wins are mine. I don't need recognition. I don't need awards. I don't need any of that shit. Got some award from my company and I didn't even go to the ceremony thing, a client first award. Nope, no thank you. I know what I did. I'm good with that. Because I have honor, because I focus on my character. I don't need, good boy. I don't need that shit. Because I know that when I go out every single day, I'm living my life according to principles and values and virtues. I'm living according to my core values. I'm operating with the Stoic mindset, with those virtues and principles in mind. Am I perfect? Fuck no. Am I struggling? Yes. Do I judge the shit out of people? Yes. I'm struggling terribly with that. Kindness, struggling terribly with that. I admit it. My tolerance is really difficult for people because the answers are there. They just don't do it. It's really frustrating for me because, again, I don't have control, right? I don't have control, maybe some influence, but to have lost people that would have given anything to be here and have a life, and then to see people who are here and so flippantly just don't care about it, meander through life. I mean, it's theirs. It is. It's not mine. But it's really hard. That's the hard thing for me. And that's where I struggle with Stoicism. So when someone sits next to me on the plane, right, and they get and they're, can't even fit in the seat, and first thing they get is a big old soda and a bag of chips, and they come by with the snacks, I'm like, I want to take that shit out of their hand and say no. I'm like, no. Because they're not taking responsibility for their life. You can't possibly have any self-respect if you abuse your body that way. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove it to me. Because you feel significantly better when you're healthy. Fact. You have more energy, stamina, strength to be able to live life more abundantly. Fact. It makes you feel better about yourself. Confidence. Fact. That's what fucking self-respect looks like. I respect myself, so I'm going to cherish the temple that is me. My mind, it's beautiful and brilliant, so I'm going to feed it with more information. I'm going to nurture that garden. It's fucking gorgeous. Got some hummingbirds flying around now. It's beautiful. That's what self-respect looks like. To be without character is the worst of all fates. On self-respect, to live without self-respect is to lie awake some night beyond the reach of warm milk and the sleeping hand of a coverlet, counting the sins of commission and omission, the trust, betrayal, the promises subtly broken, the gifts irrevocably washed through the sloth, the cowardice, carelessness. You are so much better than that. And on that, we're going to have the most amazing day.